Okay, just to keep it simple, I assume to keep it things simple, I want to create a separate endpoint. For that, what we do, we're going to have a API endpoint / public. So we have a book until / is a books, isn't it? After that / public. So that will be no conflict between the endpoint. You can also use pub. Speak as you type is helpful. Done?
I'm creating the get measure with new endpoint /forwards. I have to create a separate function controller.
Okay. So you can also say I have to create a separate controller.
Yes.
Go create one and then explain what you're doing. So always say before you do, you know?
Yeah. I'm creating a separate controller
For what?
for fetching the books for the public.
Getting the book from the database.
Getting
Is the right word.
this is the
Mm-hmm.
this is the asynchronous function.
You ever know how the request response and next comes, yeah? If you are using any function as a middleware, it will automatically receive those objects.
So I guess I have to make some changes in the book model to filter the book
Request
that
data is a
has
data.
the status.
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't have to make any changes. See, there is a filter already. Don't you think you can simply
Okay, yes.
send the object?
yes.
Yes.
Um,
Then what do you need to send here? What is the filtering object?
ये पब्लिक रे एडमिन है
So here we can see the status.
Mm-hmm.
This we need to save this.
Yep. Don't close it, we're gonna need it. You can close the response side.
I need to write something that actually changes the status of the book, and what I need to do is I need to filter the error.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of the error?
You are not filtering the array, you are calling get all books. That requires filter. Anybody want to suggest him what he has to do? He is forgetting. You need to pass an object. Start with the object that has a status, and then in object you don't need the quotation. You are not passing. It's a different experience coding on yours and coding in front of others. So that's it.
Success. It will provide the books that passes the filter object. If not,
Okay.
I see rest.html.
You haven't saved the files. Now you need to save all the files. Save that, save book model if you have made any change. Then go back to rest. Now go to you can call same API endpoint. No. You need to have a new copy get public books. You can copy the line of stuff. Not that one. You don't need authorization. Remember, this is the public request. Is that B capital? That's a bad practice. You need to go to before the controller. What comes before the controller? The file is not even saved.
Yeah.
Don't do, guys, this is not a good practice. You see B capital here. Either use hyphen or lowercase. Maybe you can use hyphen book, pop, hyphen book, or just the public only. It doesn't really matter. Now pass that there. Now make a request. Okay, we got 404. What does that mean? The error type. On the response, scroll up. 404. What went wrong?
It's not finding any books.
Yeah, why not? Now go have a look.
Yeah, because we have now database, we just have one code.
Now go in the right again and scroll up all the way. What is this error type? What is this error type, guys? What does that mean?
There is no any status.
404 is not found, means your endpoint is not found.
What books?
It's probably the spelling of the API endpoint. So go double check if that's the correct endpoint you have written on your
Return
book
some.
route. What happened? You wanna explain?
I missed the controller.
Okay, make it close the site so it's easy to see. Yeah.
So what I was missing the controller.
And you need to import. Never forget to import
I
this.
need to import as well.
Use go there. Auto import is go at the end of the S and use space and control together. Control space. There you go. Hit enter.
Yeah.
Now save it. Then go to request. Alright. Yay. You got a book but empty. Now always make sure you got the data to make sure it's actually working. So what you need to do in order to get the data here. Now what change we need to make in our system here? So I want to see some books inside that curly bracket.
The status in the book.
Change it.
Authenticate.
Go open the database and change it. On the left, yeah. That's the book, yeah. Because you wanna prove that it does work. Make it active. Update. And refresh. Recall. Yay. There you go, he got the book.
Okay.
Good on you. Alright. Alright, give it to Ram. Come on, guys. You need to speak more because remember, on the other side, people is sitting on the table. They want to see your communication. When you work in a team, they don't want somebody who can only work.
Transaction.
They want somebody who can communicate as well. So that's the skill you need to develop. Okay? So the next feature is, let's do update. Come on, you do the update. So, if you don't know anything, we will walk you through. But first, imagine this is, we can bring it down. Do your comfort, yeah. So, keep pressing, you need to keep pressing. So, now, in order to update the book, what are the things you need? What do you need to work with? So first thing first, Anushka, do you know the flow of the book? Is it okay? Okay. Do you know the flow of the file? Yeah? Okay, so in order to update the book, first just close this response and then now start explaining what you have to do. If you make anything wrong, then I'll explain. First, you need to speak a bit loud.
First, I need to create a route.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Please speak as much as possible. You won't go wrong. Okay, we're using put here. Is that right verb to use? No, just asking. Put and patch is the similar. When to use put, when to use patch.
If we are updating the whole thing, so at that time we can use put, and if we are using like updating just one or two properties, then we can use patch.
Yes. Okay, so in this case we use put because regardless we are sending one object or two, we're gonna send entire book object to replace it. So if that's why we're gonna use put. Okay. Then what would be the endpoint to call?
Creating transaction.
Yeah, we can call same endpoint because the RESTful API convention says you can call same endpoint with multiple bars. So that's enough. We don't need anything else because we haven't already called put method on the root. Okay. So and then who allowed to access this endpoint? Should public people allow? Then we need to pass authenticate and also this is admin. Okay. Then yeah. So the next thing you need is the controller to actually do the operation. So before the controller, we also getting the data from the front end. What is the rule of thumb when it comes to security? Rule of thumb. I mean, I use this word a lot. I don't know if you guys have listened or heard. Rule of thumb is never ever trust anybody when the data comes from front end. Even if it is the president of United States using the front end application sending the data to the back end, make sure you have to validate or check server side. That's the software engineering principle. Rule of thumb, never ever trust the data coming from the client. That means we need to do server side validation. So that means we need to go to where? Where do we create server side validation? What is the file name that we create the server side validation? Yeah. So you need to go to joy validation and then okay. Now you already have joy validation, but you should have a. Did you not have the book validation when you inserting the book? Go to the book validator. I think go to the book, insert book router, and then that's where you can access it. Go to the book router on the coding section and go up to insert book API endpoint. Scroll down slowly. Where is down. You see that there after is any there the create book validation. Open that up. Control command click. So now this is the file you have. You see the register create book. Now you can copy it because whenever you are working with the object book, you're gonna have similar property coming. So you can copy that and create a new object book validation out of it. No, in the same file. Yeah. Okay, update book validation, good. You need to speak louder. Okay, this is another skill you need to develop, guys. Talk more than type, Update book validation. The first thing you change the name, yeah? And remember, what are the information do you think is gonna come from front end, guys? Can you all brainstorm for a second? what other information? So this was the information coming from front end while we had in the book. Is there anything we will not receive from the front end, and is there anything will be added when edit comes from the front end? The best place to look into is go to restart HTTP and then do the book fetching, so you know what other property exists for the book. Can you click on get book here? Now scroll and then check the book. You see, these are the property you're gonna have in the front end, isn't it? So amongst these things, what will be sent to the front end? Sorry, the back end. Let's look from the top. Let's scroll up. So above that, what is the beginning? ID. ID needs to be sent from the front end because we don't know which book editing. So maybe on the left you can open your server-side validation file and then start adjusting that. Okay, that's the one. Okay, I can close the book. I can drag the joy validation and then put in there. Joy validation. Drag it, don't close it. Drag, let me help you. Check it. Guys, in that case, you can simply click that and then drag it in here somewhere, so it will go back. Now, you can also hold Option Z to line. Yeah. So, I made the font size bigger, so that's why it looks like all squeezed. So, you see, looking, let's go up. Okay, now, in the object, title is the first thing. Okay, we need title, we need author, and then we need thumbnail, we need ISBN, scroll down, we need genre, we need published year, and then description. What else will be added? Can you look into the book object and think, what about the ID? Will the ID be needed? Let's add the ID on the schema. I like to do it first, so just for the hierarchy. So before the title, or you can even copy the title, and then Control C, Control V, and Control V. Command C. Yeah, and then Command V. Just there only. Just create the new line. Paste it. Command V. And now change the first one. I usually like to keep it doesn't matter. Underscore ID, not ID only. So this is gonna be string and required as well. Okay, that's done. So what else? Tell me what is there we most likely to be changed in the front end. This created and updated, we don't need them. We're gonna not send that to the back end. So average rating, we're not gonna send from the front end. So expected day, available date, we might want to, or probably that has to be automated. So just to keep it simple for now, is available. Yeah, is available. Admin can turn off as well for now. Yeah, so that has to be received as well. Then have is available. Yeah, is available and expected available. We don't have that because it was created not there after that. Yeah, you can create a new line. Everybody understand what's going on here, yeah? You guys any question with this? We are only adding those property to validate in the backend. When we receive later on, we receive it. So is available, it's gonna be Boolean type, I guess. And then you can also pass expected available. So that would be data type date. But you can pass as a string. There's a B there. And then this date would be empty as well. You need to say dot allow after a string. Right there, yeah. Outside. We need to allow dot right after the string parenthesis dot allow, yeah,
delete
curly parentheses again, inside, no curly, sorry, the round brackets. So these are all the method, always round bracket. We want to allow the empty string, pass the empty string quotation, empty string, double quote, comma, after that, and also allow null type. So we might say null or empty string from front end, we want to allow that as well. So that might create some complication, but we're gonna fix it. That's it. Our server side validation is ready. So we might come back and then update here. So save the file. Now take your, what is the name of the function here? I think you modified in the wrong place. Oh, sorry, no. Create scheme. Okay, take that function name. I think there is a function name which is not right. Can you open again? The export concept. You see the create book schema, that's not create, that's an update.
then I have to go
And then go down and then you might have to change when we call the validator.
model
Yeah, pass that there.
model
Okay. Now,
delete book valid.
update book. Is that update book validator? No. Skip. Delete. Okay. Update book schema. Okay. Now let's take this middleware validator. What's the function name? So what do you have to do next? Can hear it.
delete
Go to our route, book route. Scroll. Okay, yeah, can go from there. Check. Hold the side. It's not in the post. Right here. Okay. And then import it. You can use control and space at the end. Now you have to fix that part. Okay. So what else left? Now that's only validation is done. Now the last thing we need is so go to the book model. You can just go from previous function as well. And now you need to create a function to update. Do we have already function? Yeah, I don't think we have. So simply create the update function. So can you export? Yeah. Go on. Update book. That's it. So we're gonna receive the book object here. Yeah. Receive the book object. Factor function. And then so return. You don't need try catch. Simply return.
control
So what is the syntax to update the book? You can close the response so that I can see easily.
delete
Do that. That's okay. Since we have ID, we can use find by ID and update instead of one. ID will be better in find by ID and update. Also into that. The last one. Okay. Parenthesis, not that's a function. So remember that takes two arguments. What are the two arguments? So you need to pass first ID, comma, and object. So inside the parentheses, first argument is ID. Yeah. Second parenthesis is the object. Just ID only. Just remove that. Yeah. Comma and book object. But remember, enter. Now, where is the ID gonna come from? We haven't received the ID. So let's receive the ID. right before book object. Or what you can do is, guys, remember this book object can have all the properties. Can you do destructure the ID out and pass the rest of the property into the rest object and then use that rest object here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do that too. Wrap up with the curly brackets and then start with underscore ID, comma, inside there. Start at the beginning. Destructure always starts from the beginning, front. First, underscore ID, you are destructuring, comma, and everything else dot book object. Together with the book object. Everybody okay with this syntax? Okay. Done. Now you pass this object book to your controller. Take the object book, go to your controller, and then pass as a last middleware. Is this the one? No. Not book. Sorry. Yeah, book out. Yeah. And pass that there. Import it. If you pass your cursor at the end, you don't have to delete that again. Alright, done. The next thing we need to do is testing. Make sure it works before you leave. So now, walk through what you're gonna do and how you're gonna test it. Can hear you. What happens? We're gonna do the same thing in the interview. You are in the interview thing. What you gonna do? This is the place you build your
Find by
strength. I mean, you guys have a strong coding skill, I can see, but the speaking is terrible. I'm sure you speak better with your friends. So do you need to add anything there or no? We're not passing, I mean in the URL itself. We are passing anything else in the backend as part of the URL endpoint? You know what I'm talking about? If it is only /, then we only need books, that's it. So now, since this is a private endpoint, then we need to send header. So now send the authorization header, you can copy upstairs. Scroll up. There is a code you can copy, this one. I hope it's not expired already. Pass that. And space. Space, hit enter, enter. Now body. Okay, the body we need to pass all the book data. So the book data, you can do one thing. Do get book, and then copy that. Go to get book, yeah, and then copy this object. Copy this entire object, not that, only the book. What is the card? Go up in the curly bracket, line number 14, from 14. Yeah, copy that. Yeah, the inner object. Yeah, just copy, not the book, only object inside. From 14 to 29. Copy that. I'm not sure if that will copy. Need to open. Yeah. Copy all the way and then we'll update later. Go down. And curly bracket. Yeah, copy that. And then put it there. You can close the other one. Okay, now let's see what send, what not to send. ID send, this other send. Now you tell who up. Which one sending, which one sending. Yeah, delete them. And average rating not sending as well, I guess. I think everything else is all good. So let's just to make sure it's working, just change one of the property only. Let's say the book title itself. Yeah. from book 1 to book 12. Now send the request and see what happens. Okay, internal server error. You know what does that mean? Can hear. No, the status 500 is server side error. So that has happened in the server. It could be anything. So in order to find this out, you need to go to your endpoint. Can you scroll down any message on the response? Title is required. So that means we didn't send the title. There you go. Server did not understand trying to access the property. So in the header, send the content type right before the authorization. Yeah, content type. Yeah, application version. Okay, now send it again. Okay, now expected double quote property name JSON. So scroll down, one of the property that has no double quotation. Which one? Can you scroll down? Scroll down. You see the trailing comma? The comma after null is not allowed. Send. Okay, genre is required. Did we not send that? How come there is no genre here?
The connection is either service is running there.
Just add it. Can you first, before go to check in the database, it is created or not, go open the database. Hang on. The application database, application itself. It doesn't have a genre. Guys, have a look here. You don't have genre. But do you have in the schema? Can you confirm? Can you go to find the book schema? Book schema. You can do command P. Fine. Model. Inside the model. Books. Book schema. Can you see if you have genre? Okay, genre is missing. Let's do one thing. Genre is just a string, isn't it? Let's find one of the string. What would that be? After that. Can you update this? So genre is required. Okay, save the file. That's it. Go to. It's okay. That will help you from the next. So go to the restart HTTP and then update that. Just put something for now, education or something. And then make sure to pass format. Okay, send it. Alright, still have a problem, or what's the problem? Okay, description is not allowed to be empty. Do we not have a description? Can you check? Okay, just put something. Here, below. Line number 68, yeah? Just say, okay, that's fine. Send the request. Still, what is status not allowed to be? Status not allowed. That means we did not have status in our server-side validation. Go to here. Do we have the status? Okay, just copy the author and then just rename it to status. Has everybody else already done the updating? Are you following, Chita? Status is the string as well. Now go back, save the file and then make it work. Send it. One more error message. status is required. But we just send the status. Let me help her finish this code, otherwise it's going to take more time. Okay. So you walk through here, what's going on? So we do have a status already been sent, I believe. STATUS here, and in our desktop HTTP, we have a status here. STATUS status active. Let me check one more time. STATUS is correct. STATUS. Okay, I'll just speed up guys here. And did I just close? No? Send the request. Still waiting. That means something went in the server. Probably it's gonna take time to update, or it's gonna throw an error. Let's see. It shouldn't take this long. What could be the wrong guys here? It shouldn't take that long. So what I like to do, I like to navigate through it. So this is what you do. Okay, go to the book controller, and then go to our icon. So can you check the console log or something here? Not get book, update book. Go to update. Where's the update book?
Starting with the parent studio ID.
Maybe that's why. Go to the book router. Okay. So, you call this directly. That's why. That's the problem.
Find by
So what you
ID
need to
and
do,
delete.
leave this as it is. You need to go to book controllers, and then create a controller, and then call that function inside here. You can copy this get public book to save the time. Copy that. And then let's say update book. And then here, call that function which you created before in book model. Here, copy this function, update book. The function name called update book. No, just the function name. Just copy. Yeah, just copy that name and go to the controller. And then now, you see the function name will collide. So I want you to change the name, line number 64, update book controller. Yeah, now change that. Double click is easy, yeah. Import it. Now inside here what we're sending is request.body. Just remove that status object, even remove the object. And simply send the request.body. And now the book you can rename to in singular book, line number 71, because it's gonna return singular book. And before line number 73, we're gonna make check. So we're gonna say if book, you don't need to say if. We're gonna use ternary. So book question mark dot underscore ID space question mark. Now you continue with the rest of this in there. Status success. Now message, update the message. Line number 75. The book has been updated.
Authenticate maga, username maga, admin delete admin book maga, kaya async request
And then else, remove the book, line number 76, and then remove that semicolon, and then pass the colon. The else part. Else, enter. Hit enter. How are you responding the error message? yet, can you go up and then check in the previous router how Ashton has done it? Do the in the create book maybe, the very first one, how he handling the error. That one. Next error like that? No. I want to show some specific error. A book cannot be created. Yeah, you can simply copy this. Yeah. You see exactly the way we have done it here, format. Same thing we're doing there. So, instead of book cannot be created, book cannot be updated. That's it. Now give it a try. So the syntax is completed. Let's see if it works. And still waiting. Go back to your book router again. Did you pass the controller in the router? Can you go to the book update book there? Oh, okay, no, that's the wrong function you called. Go back in that file. Instead of calling this object book model, we need to call object book controller. Go to the book router again, and then change that to object book controller. Are you guys following what's happening? Okay, now do the test. All right, congratulations. Book update done. Give it done. Now let me walk you through, guys, what happened here. Anyway, if you have any question, please do ask. Yeah. So our plan in the future, you might have to change some of these properties. Like some of them will not be changed, like ID, but that might be changed. Status or the property might change over the time, and we want to change that in the database. We need to verify it actually changed it from book 1 to book 12. It did change, yeah? So, in order to make this work, first thing first, we need to call the API endpoint. That's why we have this book route. And then we use put method. And then since only admin allow for this like a function to be able to execute it, we want to check authentication in admin. If that's valid, is true, then only we want to check the object book validation. So this is why you might have to come back and work on later on, guys, based on what change you want to make, what change you don't want to make. And some of the property you may want to receive, some of them don't want to receive. This is why what you do is anything you are changing to send from the front end, you want to make adjustment here. And once your validation passes through, then actually goes to the object book controller. This is why you create a function to update the book in the database inside the model. You call this function inside here, and then if it updates, great. Otherwise, you simply gonna send 401. Why we send 401 error here? Can somebody explain? I'll give it an answer. Why 401? What does 401 mean? Okay. What is that the right error message we sending status code? So
Authenticate my guy.
400 means some. Okay, I'm starting again. The status code 400 means there is something wrong with the data that user sent. The status 401 is authentication problem. 403 authorization problem. Those are the important ones. Here 401 is wrong message, so it should be either 400 or send 200 or 500. So what I'm assuming is we fail to update the data, it's because there is something wrong with the data that client has sent to us. Okay, so that's done. All right, so what is the next feature?
Delete.
We're gonna do the delete. Okay, should we? Are you up to date with this board?
No.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're still catching up. Okay, then precision you don't need to. Now again,
I can
do
try.
the delete.
Delete. I'm not sure about this.
Okay, so we're gonna do deletes. Before that, everybody caught up with this code. Make sure you have the code, otherwise I'll show you. You got it? All done? Okay, what's the error? Let's fix everybody's and then you're gonna come back. So until then, you plan out what to do.
It's saying
The feature you created, now you should be able to create yourself. Do that later.
बुक ईपीहरू यो हालिदियो अथोराइजनमा यो हालिदियो त्यसपछि अनि बुक राउटरमा गयो
What if you don't need it?
राउटर डट डिलिट भन्यो यसमा स्ल्यास आइडी हालिदियो अथेन्टिकेट गयो युज गर्यो बनायो डिलिट एडमिन
What else?
एउटा कन्ट्रोलरमा गयो
Sometimes you that the input automatically.
रिक्वेस्टेड प्याराम्स डट आइडी भन्ने बनायो
Now, yeah, I think it's not important.
रिक्वेस्टेड
Save the files. You see the white dot means not saved. Yes? Editing अब त्यसलाई चाहिँ किल गर्नुपर्छ go to यसको मलाई त्यो सिन्ट्याक्स चाहिँ टप अफ देयर थाहा भएन kill 9 भन्ने सिन्ट्याक्स can go to here एउटा गुगलमा सो तपाईँको पोइन्ट होइन तपाईँको कोड छ त्यो how to kill
कन्स्ट
port 8080 in Windows or on Windows. Okay, so I will leave this.
कन्स्ट
एउटा syntax is
ID.
Okay. यसले चाहिँ पहिला फाइन्ड गर्छ होइन कुन तपाईँको प्रोसेसर भन्दा now टर्मिनल ओपन गर्नु
आइडी कस्ट
टर्मिनल एक्चुअली यसको भन्दा यसको
प्याराम्स डट
विन्डोको टर्मिनल छ नि
आइडी आउँछ होइन
यसमा त्यो हामी त यसले चाहिँ कुन तपाईँको प्रोसेसर आइडी हो त्यसले दिन्छ प्रोसेसर आइडी होइन
डिलिटेड
प्रोसेसर आइडी
डिएलई डिलिटेड Books. कस्ट वेट डिएलईटी डिलिट बुक्स भन्यो
You can keep that note in mind, eh? त्यसको गर्दा क्यान कन्सोल गर्दा यो क्यासले के भन्छ तपाईँले गर्नु हो हजुर भन्नु तपाईँले उ गर्नुभएको हो डाउनलोड गरेको लेटेस्ट कोड हो त्यस एभ्री टाइम डाउनलोड गर्दाखेरि त्यो इन्स्टल गर्नु
डिलिटेड
अन्त तपाईँ उसमा हुनुहुन्छ क्या फोल्डर प्यारेन्ट फोल्डरमा हुनुहुन्छ है एलएस गर्दाखेरि तपाईँको यो करेन्ट जुन त्यहाँबाट यो छ त्यो गर्नु भन्दाखेरि अहिले ब्याकएन्डमा गरेको ब्याकएन्डमा जानु पऱ्यो एलएमएस ब्याकएन्ड त्यहाँ त्यो होइन अब बल्ल यहाँ सुन्थ्यो ओके आई थिङ्क तपाईँले पनि इन्स्टल गर्नु पऱ्यो पहिला स्टार्ट गरौँ यहाँले चाहिँ इन्स्टल गर्छ अनि यो सकेपछि डेट गर्ने अब चाहिँ यहाँ सम सिन्ट्याक्स इस्यु छ होइन बुक कन्ट्रोलर लाइन नम्बर 76 यसमा यही फाइल हो मेरो मैले के भन्थ्यो क्लोज गरिदिन्छु यो चाहिँ इन्टेन्सिटी ओके यसको यो भयो ए यहाँ चाहिँ यस्तो गर्नु नि त बुक आइडी इफ इट इज ट्रु रन द्याट एल्सको माइकी छ एल्सको कोड रन गर्नु म अहिले गरिदिन्छु त कपी यो गरेर आई थिङ्क यो 400 युज गरेको कि हामीले अनि आई थिङ्क यो के थियो यो मेसेज याद छ तपाईँलाई आई थिङ्क अनेबल टु अपडेट द बुक भनेर सेभ गर्नु भयो त्यो हुन्छ रनिङ डिक्लेयर टाइप बुक स्किमा तर find is not a function जान्दैछ मोडल लाइन नम्बर you can control click गर्दा control click यो बुक स्किमा अब्जेक्ट हो मेथड होइन बुक स्किमा अब्जेक्ट हो मेथड होइन inside the object you need to call that method good anybody need help before we go to delete so good well like catch up on it but no you can't something that so need me need it
find my ID and to the mother
So actually, actually something
find one and delete it
let's go to the first one also
find
एउटा property को after property को
and delete
data type define गर्नु पर्ने हुन्छ नि त
भ्यालिडेटरमा जुन सेल वाइज बसेको हुन्छ
order doesn't matter
error deleting in book के भन्छ
त्यो चाहिँ ट्रेनिङ कमा सुटेर होला Guys, any file do you want to see here to catch up while catching up? Font size ठीक छैन. When you catch up before we continue. JOI? Joy validation? कुन एरियामा? भयो तपाईँको भयो त्यसको यसको एउटा डकुमेन्ट भन्ने छ क्या हेर्नु त you can import document हैन अनि त्यो
delete transaction find one and delete मा किन भन्नु delete transaction
लेखौँ त्यस त्यो हालेर गर्दिन स्किमा भइहाल्यो हुन्छ यस्तै गरिदिनु तर तपाईँको रोल भनेको चाहिँ आई थिङ्क एउटा त्यसको डकुमेन्ट पनि छ जस्तो लागेको you can use the document and then directly create the code यसमा चाहिँ बुक स्किममा तपाईँले इन्टरफेस बनाउनु छ डाइरेक्ट डकुमेन्ट युज गरेर गर्नुभयो भने डाइरेक्टली इङ्ग्लिस स्किममा ल हुन्छ ठिक छ तपाईँको के भेरिफिकेसन त्यो भेरिफिकेसन गरेर चाहिँ कहाँबाट आइपुगिरहेको थाहा छ तपाईँको त्यो चाहिँ आई थिङ्क जेलब्रिटी एक्सपायर भएर हो कि
one day
Now, let's finish the delete as well, and then we can all work together to fix everybody's. Okay? Alright, now again, ready?
Yeah, already bit.
Okay, now I want to delete the book. So, now, what's the plan? How are we gonna do it? Can you explain first before you put? Okay. Your mouse thing. Don't worry about the side. Just come this, bring this in and here. Font size a little bigger, sir. Explain class.
To delete, when I delete this book, we need ID.
Go on.
And then first of all, if we want to delete this book, then we need an ID for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to go through the rest that HTTP. We have to get one.
Get the delete all first. Maybe keep some space is good idea. We'll explain.
Delete. EP. Then we can give one. Suppose we want to delete this book ID, which have ID this one.
Yep.
This one.
Good. So basically we are sending ID as a URL params, remember, yeah?
Then
Yeah.
if we update the rest for delete, then we need to create one routes for the delete, which is in the.
But it's not sendable. Can you make it sendable? Can you type something? Yeah. Say delete book or something. Above it, yeah. Delete book. And there is some space before delete, that's why.
Space.
Yeah, before delete word. The alignment, put it all the way to the beginning.
Delete book.
What is before D? Can you, yeah, backspace there? Backspace. More, yeah. Again, one more. There you go. What is this? You see, you need to. This what is the send option? We didn't have send option because you start. Yeah, it has to be there. Okay, when you make a request, what happens? It's not found. Yes, because we don't have API endpoint ready. Now go ahead and then fix that up. Clear the API endpoint then. So we need to go to book router. And then now create the new block called delete. Yeah, just create a router dot.
Delete.
Need a path. Just /
ID.
Yes.
Then I have to.
Use _ID is easier because that's how it is in the database.
underscore ID.
Mm-hmm. Do we need authentication and is admin or not?
Yeah.
Then put that there.
Authenticate is admin. Authenticate is admin. Then we have to create one, what do you call this one? Controller?
You need to know now what do we call.
Controller.
Yes.
So
I have a
I'll
confidence on that. Now you create a new controller. We don't have any, so
delete.
maybe create one and then import later. So leave the file as it is. Go to book controllers and now create one. You can copy it. Mm-hmm. Change the delete.
Then right here, delete book controller.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Need to have a
I need to create one ID, deleted ID, deleted.
or you can simply pass underscore ID, that's fine.
Plus ID. Then I'm gonna get
From
that from the router.
yeah.
So this ID. So in order to get that one, we have to get which is called parents. That
Correct.
ID.
Yeah. How do you get that?
So we can request that.
Have a habit of keeping space around, like equals to and then comma. Okay. Looks more clean.
That ID.
ID or underscore ID.
This underscore ID.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Then if we got the ID, then we'll write here. We'll get the book,
Mm-hmm.
deleted book from that ID.
So that means we need to create new
One.
model function.
Yeah.
We don't have that created, so we can yeah.
Like in the deleted book.
First you need to create that.
Deleted book.
Yeah.
Where can I go? Use this from book schema?
No.
Book model.
Book model. Command P.
Maybe I can write.
Command P and yeah. Book model. Yeah. Just create a delete book.
Delete book.
Mm-hmm. Book. Yeah.
Book.
And you only need to receive book. Sorry,
Is it the object or ID?
ID string. Because you can use find by ID and delete.
I can get book schema. There's one syntax
Find by ID and delete.
and ID and delete.
Yeah. Every time you have this by ID in your query, you pass ID as a string. Yeah. Otherwise, always an object.
Then we create the model. Then we have to go to the
Save the file always first. Otherwise, it's not gonna be available.
book controller.
And then you import that.
I can import that one.
Mm-hmm.
Delete.
Book from model. Yeah. And you passing. Yeah. Import it. So is that correct data passing or no?
No, I have to pass.
No, that's right. No, it's a string. Remember, whenever you say by ID in your query, it's always a string. So just pass underscore ID as it is.
ID.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't have to. You can just say ID. That's it. ES6 syntax allow you to do that.
Then I don't know this one.
You need inside a book. You need to check if the deleted book
Yeah.
is an object or not. Undo that. Undo. No. You need this all code. Just line number 97. Simply change to deleted book.
DEL.
B capital. Yeah. Copy paste
Deleted
will
book
help.
has ID. Then we.
You see there is a syntaxical error, a typo. Just copy deleted book and paste it there. So keep a space between two. One. Yeah. If there is a ID, then the book deleted successfully message. successfully,
Successfully.
otherwise
Cannot be.
unable to delete, or book cannot be deleted.
Deleted.
That's it.
Error deleting book.
Okay, done. Save the file, make a request. Oops. Have an issue.
404.
Means page not found. That means there is a error on the path.
Book router. So I have to give that model.
Controller there.
What's the name of the controller?
Delete book controller.
Delete book controller. Delete.
There you go. Save that, make request again.
Let's get HTTP. Error validating token.
Validating token. Is it because of the token expired? What is the token expiry here? Stop. Can you log in again?
I can go into .env. One day.
Oh, okay, close it. That means that's on me. Error validating token.
So it's coming from
Then you go to the controller.
error deleting book, error cannot book, error validating book.
Where do you think it's coming from, guys? Anybody have idea? Where do you think this error coming from?
Token.
You go to authorize.
Or admin so है.
No, it's working. That should be already working. We go back to the code again.
Yes.
Or from admin.
It was already working, updating, remember? There's nothing problem with the user. So, JSON web token X seems like there is a problem with it. Have you seen the authorization header from the front end? Have you seen the authorization header from the front end? The rest of HTTP. Where is the token? If you are calling private API endpoint, don't you think you need to send the token?
So I can send this.
Yeah. Make it small, this console.
Let's see settings come here. Command C. Command B.
Now try.
Yeah. Book deleted.
Hey. Alright, here we go. That was easy one. Good one. So that was easy. See, if you understand the fundamental, that's not hard. Like it's all a repetitive task. But you need to make sure the file, you have to go through the code, you have to execute through, and then the order is very, very, very important. Alright, so what you're gonna do, our card operation is done. So let's take a lunch break. After the lunch break, we're gonna move to front end. I will pass this code into the temp folder so that you guys can just copy paste it to make it work if you have an issue working it. And then we can work on the front end. Okay?
So the find by ID changing. It's the object ID.
Can it open?
Find by ID, the ID string.
Where? Which code?
Model.
Where?
ID something.
Yeah?
Yeah, book ID. The object.
You cannot pass an object. Remember the rule. If you have this find by ID anyway on your query, that ID as a filter must be a string. One second.
For the object person.
But if you only use find, you have to pass as ID. So as an object.
So yeah, you use the ID something.
Object ID. अब्जेक्ट आइदियो भने त स्ट्रिङ हो यो चाहिँ अब्जेक्ट यो चाहिँ अब्जेक्ट आइडी भनेको इन टर्म्स अफ द मोङ्गोलिटी यो अब्जेक्ट फर्मेट हो क्या अब्जेक्ट आइडी हुन्छ होला यो टाइप हो तर यो एक्चुअली चाहिँ कहाँ हो यो कन्सेप्ट टाइप डट टाइप अफ हेर्नु होला टाइप अफ मङ्गोले चाहिँ स्पेस मङ्गोले चाहिँ त्यो बुझ्छ क्या त त्यो चाहिँ इभन द इट्स अब्जेक्ट त्यो इन्टरनल्ली मङ्गोको लागि अब्जेक्ट हो यो चाहिँ इभन डाटाबेसमा जानुभयो भने यसलाई चाहिँ यिनीहरूको स्टोर गर्दा पनि अब्जेक्ट आइडी टाइपको स्टोर हुन्छ तर यसलाई सेपरेटली एज ए स्ट्रिङ पठाउनु भयो भने त्यो मङ्गोको इन्टरनल तर यु क्यान नट कन्भर्ट इन्टु द अब्जेक्ट एन्ड देन पास हामीले गर्छौँ Okay, I'll just update in the temp folder.
Either deleting book or not.
Okay, my temp folder I have uploaded all the code in backend code. Reference that to make it work, done it, and after the launch break we will start working in the front end. So I think we will get back by 1. It's 12:15. Everybody okay with that? Let's start at 1. Yeah? Alright, see you around 1. I need to. Alright, let's see.
Error cannot be deleted. Error handling 5 on internal server to के बनाएगा router dot delete भन्ने बना authenticate में गए admin में गए delete admin all book भन्ने बनाए है ना book controller dot js में गए requested params dot id भन्ने बना const deleted books
Sapak.
deleted book by
जति पनि आउँछ सब इन्डोनेसियन बोल्दा हुन्छ क्या कालो भएर लास्ट
id भनेको के हो string हैन Is admin.
टाइप स्क्रिप्ट यो तिमी टाइप स्क्रिप्ट गरेर
Find one and delete त नि हैन delete book by ID.
आइडीको साइड फेरि क्वेसन आइडीको
पाँच 55
पुटले काम गर्यो
डिलिट गरेन किन भयो
पुटले काम गर्यो
हाँ?
पुटले
पोट पुटे पुगेन म त मैले डिलिट किन भएन यहाँ भन्ने 555 नला हात किन find one and delete okay find by ID and delete man find by return book schema nine month छ त डिलिट त भयो त यहाँ
ट्राफिक लाइट नै होइन एकछिन ग्रिन हुन्छ फेरि रेड हुन्छ एकछिन ग्रिन हुन्छ फेरि रेड हुन्छ एक सेकेन्डमा
गाडीको चाहिँ चेन्ज भयो नि
एउटा गाडी पास हुने बित्तिकै रेड भइदिइहाल्नु
गाडीले यसरी मान्छेले यसरी दाब्दा दाब्दै रातो भयो
डिवाईमै कति 15 मिनट लाग्यो
Test. Command B गरे हैन बुक्स डिलिटेड भनेर आइल भयो कस्तो भयो त बाली छोड्लाको कतिको हप्ता बसेर कि 2 दिन 1 हप्ता कति लाग्दो रहेछ कति खर्च हुँदो रहेछ
2500
त्यत्रो लाग्छ दुईजना गरेर वान चाहिँ एकजनाको 15-11-12 चाहिँ
ठिकै हो
अन्त गर्नुपर्छ हो
तिमीले मङ्गोलिङमा के गर्दैछौ बुक मोडलमा ड्राइभ स्ट्रिङ आइएसबिएन सेम भएर त्यो नभएको युनिक थ्रु गरेछ नि त डुप्लिकेट भयो नि त त्यही भएर नभएको आयो त अहिले अब त्यो खोज दिने आफै भयो नि क्रिएट भयो एउटा भोक लागिसक्यो रामले कुट्छ अहिले हामीलाई डेडवुडको स्टिकर हालेर हेरेर पछाडि
delete transaction route. Mm-hmm. Pop one में गए book router में गए pop books.
किन्नु भयो त्यही त हेर्नु नि यसलाई किन त्यो
कुन
मैले
चाहिँ? सुरुको भन न, सुरुको कुन चाहिँ? गिटवाला, पुटवाला, डिलिटवाला?
यसलाई पुटवाला के
पुटवाला म भ्याएर म त्यसमा छैन। उस भयो? गेट पब्लिक बुक भयो?
के भएको
के भयो?
यसले माथ भाषा राख्यो
किन भएर त? रेस्टेड आइसक्रिम गएर भ्यालिडेट आएको।
यहाँको अथराइजेसन
पर्दैन।
पर्दैन यसमा
नगरे पनि भइरहेको। क्यानट गेट पब बुक्स
यो पपअप
इज नट डिफाइन्ड यहाँ के लेखेछ? डिफरेन्स
it is not a popular books is not defined and this minor जो validation minor define गर्नु
यहाँ यसमा बुक राइटरमा पब गेट बुक कराएको
pop get validator
भ्यालिडेट चाहिँदैन। उस चाहिन्छ कि एउटा उस बनाउनु पर्छ तिमीले। यो के भन्छ बुक मोडल भने कहाँ खान्छ? त्योभन्दा अगाडि एउटा उस हुन्छ नि कन्ट्रोलर इन्सर्ट बुक भयो गेट अर्को तल गएर त पब्लिक भ्यालिडेट लेखेर रिक्वेस्टेड बढी जाँदैन नि उसमा चाहिँ कोडबाट हेर नि सरले त्यो हेर्दै गरेको मैले
त्यसमा ड्राइभमा
त्यो हेर्दै गर न मैले त्यो हेर्दै गरेको छु पुटको हेर्दैछु म यहाँ अपडेट द इन्टायर बुक कन्टेन्ट टाइप पुट भन्ने बनायो एउटा यसले जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो बुक राउटरमा छैन पियुटी पुट छैन अथेन्टिकेट भन्ने पठाएँ इज एडमिन भन्ने पठाएँ ट्याम्प भन्नेमा हेर न ट्याम्प इज एडमिन भनेर आयो त के भयो त अनि होइन अपडेट गर्नु पऱ्यो अपडेट बुक भ्यालिडेटर अर्को अपडेट बुक कन्ट्रोलर भन्ने भयो अहिले फेरि के गरेको यो अपडेट बुक आइडी चाहियो स्टेटस अपडेट बुक भन्ने एउटा बनाउनु पऱ्यो मैले अपडेट बुक सुरुमा त रेस्टिटीमा जानु पऱ्यो होइन सुरुमा त यो बनाउनु पऱ्यो सी गरेँ अपडेट बुक कन्ट्रोलमा गएँ फेरि यहाँ गयो अपडेट बुक भन्ने कहाँ बुक मोडलमा जानु पर्यो फेरि find one and update टाइटलमा म के लेख्छु line number 17 रे unexpected non-white space character after JSON at position 3. Okay, line number 17 के बनाया unexpected non-white space character after JSON at position 381 line number 17. Okay, controller COM. Unexpected non-white space character after JSON. 381 line 17 column 1 के होने expected available कहाँ average rating छैन त्यहाँ सरी यो हेर्दिन्छ एउटा इनपुटको के भनेको अनएक्सपेक्टेड नन वाइट स्पेस क्यारेक्टर 381 भन्ने लाइन हैन
त्यो जेसनमा त्यसरी हुँदैन यहाँ चाहिँ युजुअली यो स्ट्रेलिङमा हुन्छ कि
तपाईको हैन यो डाटाबेस तपाईको हाल्नु छ मेरो डाटाबेसमा हेरियो पनि छ के
त्यो डाटाबेससम्म पुगेको
इज अवेलेबलमा छ के रे
त्यो डाटाबेससम्मै पुगे हैन कि तपाईको यो फर्मेट मिलेन भनेको यसले
त्यो तपाईको त्यो कोडबाट हेरेको त्यो गरे आईडीमा मेरो आईडी हालिहाले त्यो
नन वाइट क्यारेक्टर आफ्टर जेसन एट द पोजिसन नन वाइट क्यारेक्टर यो कहाँबाट आएको छ यो इरर तपाईँलाई थाहा छ कुन
यो लाइनै हैन त्यो कहाँबाट आयो
हैन नि यो इरर रेस्पोन्स गरेको क्याचबाट हो क्या
क्याच त यहाँ आउँछ हैन कता
कुन एपी एन्ड पोइन्ट कल गर्नुभएको बुक यसको पुटमा जाँदा
यहाँ छ
कन्ट्रोल गर्नु कमान्ड
नदिए पनि कमान्ड यहाँ क्याचमा मेसेज इरर क्रिएटिङ बुक भनेर आउनु पर्ने हैन क्याचले त्यही दिन्छ हैन अनि मेसेज कहाँबाट आयो
एक सेकेन्ड यहाँ कन्सोल लग इरर गर्दा पुरा इरर गर्दा कन्सोल लग इरर जेसन रिलेटेड इस्यु के देखिदैन इरर
हैन यसो गरेर
अब्जेक्ट ओके
त्यो हेर्नलाई कति धेरै कन्सोल छ
ओके
इरर
ल कल गर्दा फेरि यता आउनु फेरि खस्नु
यो गयो यहाँ त्यसमा पुगेन छैन जस्तो हो त्यो
पुट ओके भन्छ सर उसमा हो कि
जस्तै आइडी म्याच हुन पऱ्यो हैन
यो हाम्रो राउटरमै फाइल यही हो कुन हो पहिला यसको बुक राउट अथेन्टिकेसन अथराइजेसन यहाँ पास त भए नि है चेक गर्नुभएको थियो छैन होला लेट्स चेक हियर
यहीँ होला क्या ए उस छैन होला नि त इज एभाइलेबल छ मेरोमा यो भ्यालिडेसनमा हेर्नु त यो इज एभाइलेबल छ हैन यहाँ
त्यसले फरक पर्छ
रेटिङ भन्ने एउटा डाटाबेसको एउटा छुट्टै उस छ नि त के भन्छ त्यसलाई कोलम के
त्यसले अहिले फरक पर्दैन
हो र म्याच हुनु पर्दैन
त्यो त्यहाँसम्मै पुगे छैन क्या अहिले यो यतै इरर छ कि त्यहाँभन्दा अगाडि नै
कहाँ पुगेन टोकन त राइट छैन अन्त एक्सपर्ट
टोकन राइट छ त्यो अथेन्टिकेसनमै गयो क्या प्रब्लम उसो भए लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रम यहाँ यो पास भयो कि यहाँ भयो कि भएन भनेर 201 टोकन यो आएको थियो मेसेज त्यो कन्सोल लगाइरहेको छैन खै आई थिङ्क यहाँ चाहिँ टोकन आएको छैन जस्तो छ त यो
अगाडि त अथेन्टिकेट भइरहेको थियो
एक्सक्युज मी
त्योभन्दा अगाडि त अरू भइरहेको थियो होइन त्यो के अरे गेट
तपाईँको यो नयाँ टोकन पास गर्नु त आई थिङ्क इनभ्यालिड छ जस्तो टोकन नयाँ पास गर्नु त
एकछिन रुक्नु त ल हामीले यो गऱ्यो क्रिएट गऱ्यो
कता गयो खै 1 बजे गर्ने भनेको मान्छेहरू
कमान्ड सी गयो पुटको लागि भयो तपाईँको हेरियो होइन यो हामीले
लगइन गरेर गर्नु न
यो गर्दाखेरि हुन्छ यो आयो होइन
त्यही टोकन दिनु पऱ्यो त
रुक्ने एकचोटि अनि यहाँ गेट गर्दाखेरि पनि
त्यो कपी गर्नु न पहिला
गरेँ कमान्ड सी गरेँ गेटको लागि कि अब जस्तो गेट भनेको त सबैको लागि भयो नि त होइन
स्पेस परेन
भनेपछि डाटा आइरह
त्यसले
भनेपछि अथमा गयो के अरे यो गेट भन्ने गेट भन्ने
तल युज गर्नु
अथेन्टिकेट काम गरेर इज एडमिन काम गरेर त्यो आयो नि त डाटा होइन
तर टोकन पठाउनु न त अब राइट टोकन फेरि त्यही टोकन क्या नि पास अपडेट
यो गरेँ होइन सेभ गरेँ
यही हो पुट मेथड
ए पोस्टमा गएछ
के भएर परेन स्कुल
पुट कमान्ड बी गरेँ इरर ह्यान्डलिङ इरर
ओके
बुक इपी तपाईँले पठाउनु मैले एक्टिभमा स्टेटस एक्टिभ इनएक्टिभ एक्टिभ
यो फर्मेटमा प्रब्लम भएको हो कि उसमा तपाईँको डाटा के छ त्यसमा पुगेकै छैन
फर्मेट भन्नाले योसँग रिम्याच हुनुपर्छ यो सबै
होइन यो डाटा जेसन फर्मेटमा प्रब्लम छ कि यो छ नि वाइट क्यारेक्टर आफ्टर जेसन भनेको यो जेसनमा हो होइन प्रब्लम
नल पछि के
अब हाम्रो बुकमा जाम है वान मोर टाइम बुक राउटरमा गएर पुट मेथड अथेन्टिकेसन अथराइजेसन
अथेन्टिकेटमा गयो
तर यहाँ ओके यो आयो यो चाहिँ ठिक छ अथेन्टिकेसनको यो ठिक छ लेट्स गो टु इज एडमिन यो पनि ठिक हुनु पर्यो हैन त्यसपछि लेट्स गो टु भ्यालिडेसन यो आहा त हियर भन्ने यो आउनु पर्यो
रेस्टेड एचटीएमएल
त्यहाँसम्मै पुगेको छैन कि हाम्रो कोड एक्जिक्युसन भन्नुभयो
हुन्छ कहाँ पुगेन अपडेट भ्यालिडेटरमा
यहाँ पुगेन
अपडेट भ्यालिडेटर अपडेट भ्यालिडेटर छ होइन इज एडमिनमा पुग्यो होला किनभने
यहाँ त पुग्नै पर्छ अहिलेको कोडले काम गरेको भनेपछि जस्ट इन केस केही समथिङ रङ भनेर त्यहाँ पनि बिगिन आज चाहिँ पुट एपिआई v1 बुक्स
एडमिन राख्यो
पुट अचम्मै भयो त अथेन्टिकेसनमा त पुग्यो खै त कन्सोल लगमा केही नै होला नि तपाईँको यही टोकनले माथि काम गरे नि त है गेट यो ओके यसले काम गरेर फेरि के भएछ
पुटको अथर यसमा हिटर हो यसमा भ्यालिडेट भएको के यससँग सरकार भएन त्योसँग डाटाबेससँग
ए यहाँ तपाईँले उ गर्नुभयो भने छ नि त यो पनि हुनसक्छ एउटा प्रब्लम सेपरेट नभएर नि हुनसक्छ होइन एउटा त्यो अनि त्यो स्पेस भएर नि हुनसक्छ होइन
कन्ट्रोल कमान्ड गर्नु
त्यहाँ चाहिँ गयो पास भयो बल्ल होइन तपाईँको डाटा फर्मेटको प्रब्लम पनि हुनसक्छ ल भइहाल्यो नि पुट
क्युरेटिङ बुक
यो स्पेस यहाँ यता स्पेस भएर रहेछ कि जस्तो छ
तर अपडेट हुनुपर्ने हो नि त हाम्रो
होइन अब अरू त अब तपाईँले हेर्नु न यो चाहिँ एरर फिक्स भयो अब यो अनेबल टु अपडेट बिकज अफ दिस सो बुक स्किमा इज नट डिफाइन्ड इम्पोर्ट बिर्सिनु भयो होला बुक स्किमा हो नि त यो इम्पोर्ट खै त गरे
सानो बुक स्किम
Is Anushka coming? What's happening? Last I deal है
Thank you.
Alright, so let's start working on our UI. So short question back and ready guys? Nothing.
त हामीले पब्लिक बुक किन बनाएको अरे त्यो पब्लिक
त्यो भोलि फ्रन्ट एन्डमा देखाउनु परेन मान्छेलाई त्यो
अनि त्यो इज एडमिनबाट हुन्छ नि एडमिन छैन भने पब्लिक बुक भनेको चाहिँ सबैले हेर्नु मिल्ने होइन एडमिन
पब्लिक भनेको भोलि लाइब्रेरीमा कुन कुन बुक छ भनेर जनरल युजरले हेर्न मिल्ने बनाउनु पऱ्यो नि
एक्टिभ भएको मतलब
फ्रन्ट एन्डमा गएर कि
कुन कुन एक्टिभ छ कुन कुन अनएक्टिभ
पुट गर्दा किन नभएर होला नि हामी गरेँ नि रन that's problem. Okay, let me come back. So let's first see can we just do this first and then I'll come back to this so that everybody know what has something to do.
त्यो हाम्रो अपडेट बुकमा अटोमेटिक अपडेट गरिन्छ यसले आइडी भेटाएर रिप्लेस
Okay. Guys, let's run the front end. So I'm gonna go to open my console here. I don't know how to ls, make sure I am in the front end. Now cd one step up, ls cd to lms hyphen front end ls. Make sure to run yarn to install all the packages, and then say yarn dev to run the front end. And now my front end is running on port 5173, which is completely empty. Now I want to see how setup has been done by looking into front end code. So I'm going to close all the backend opening code, and guys, just simply open the front end looking here. So I always start with the main.jsx. Okay, app is already set. Inside here, what else has been set? Nothing. So you haven't thought anything in the backend, or what's happening? We haven't done anything. Nothing in the front end. Okay. So let's do quick cleanup, and then so. Have you guys already discussed like what it looks like in the UI part?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. Maybe I'll just quickly refresh one more time what this looks like working in the front end here. In here, so our front end gonna be like this, guys. So we're gonna have our home page. This is for in the future. And then in home page, of course, we can have a navbar, and then let's say footer. And here we're gonna have a slider. I think first season already has done this here. And then we can have some book icons here. And in order to get the book icon here or the book detail page, of course we need to have book in the back end. And in order to have the book in the back end, we need the UI to send the book. So what you're gonna do is, we're gonna create a multiple pages, like a public page and the private pages. So let's say public page is home, and then private page is gonna be, let's say, admin. So for the admin section, we're gonna create a separate, let's say, page for login. And then in this login, so I think we're gonna do this. When people log in, based on their user role base, we're gonna show what menu accessible to admin, what option available for the general user in the dashboard. But see, there's a few things we need to set it up. Let's create a only empty pages, and then see which one to navigate. If you haven't guys discussed before, so in our admin, whenever let's say this is the login page, simply we're gonna have a email and the login page here. Once you log in, we're gonna redirect to dashboard. In the dashboard, this is what we're gonna have. The layout of the dashboard of the user gonna be like this: header, sidebar, and then the footer. In the header, you can have a logo here, keep the same header, and then here log out, and then the dashboard. In here, for the admin, we can have a book. Maybe I think I might have something already going on for the online. Let me see if I have that ready to show you. I'll put that one. Okay, this is for the online one, guys. If you haven't watched the video, it's already on. See, this is what we need. The home page, we're gonna need it. And we have a menu, footer, and the home page is not done yet. So first, we need admin to upload that book using the UI. For that, we need to go, of course, create the sign up page. Once you sign up, we have some validation there. We're gonna do sign in, and once you sign in, then you're gonna come to the dashboard. And dashboard will have a dashboard, books, here are the book detail, and then you should be able to add the book. And when you submit the book, then it has to go to that database. The backend is already done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create this UI. Maybe start from, let's log out. Start from creating UI. So how many of you have confidence creating some UI in the,
So whatever the image, how we gonna save it image?
that we still to come. Let's do one thing at a time. Let's create a very first thing. I want to create a, I'll let you see this there. Let's create a general setup, the folder structure and everything, and then I'll give you work to do. So guys, here we're gonna do basic way, but for the advanced concept, will you watch the online? If we go at the a lot of refactoring and everything here, it's gonna be maybe too much overwhelming. Let's do the basic way, and then also I want you to go watch the online training, and then do the advanced. You can do it here as well, but it will help you to understand more better. So currently our application state is look like what we have here. So let's go ahead, clean up the application, and let's do basic structure setup for the pages. So I'll do half here so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm gonna go to after.js and then remove everything here. So settle all over. We don't need the counter, neither this. Since we're going to make it a multi-page application, we need to set up what?
Yeah.
So how many of you know how to set up React Router? Okay, now go ahead, set up the React Router.
app.js React Router. One second.
So in order to set the React Router, first, what do we need to do? Have you installed the React Router yet? Let's
Yeah.
install it. There you go, React Router DOM is been installed. So go to main.csx and wrap your app.js by browser router. Be capital. Might not give you the option already because not everything is loaded. So let's import first. Import from React Router DOM. We need to do two things. We're gonna need a component called browser router, and then use that component to wrap out app.js and put your app inside here. And then we're also going to need to set up the Redux. Maybe it's early to set up the Redux. Have you done the Redux setup before? I think we will do that separately. And then after you've done the browser router, then let's go inside our app.js. And inside here, we need to have another setup. What do you think we need here? Yeah. So I'll do is, guys, I want to show you something different way of working. Okay, maybe I'll show you refactor later. So let's create a component called routes. Multiple routes from React Router DOM, and inside that routes, now we can have a single page. And in using single page, what I want to show you is, have you guys used the layout layout? How do you use the layout in React Router DOM? Outlet? Yes, we're gonna use the outlet, which is more easy. So let's create individual route here, and then close that. So we can create multiple routes. So what I like to do is, I like to create a public route and private route section. So let's say this is public routes. And then here, let's get private routes. So guys, you know what is public routes and private routes mean? Public routes, anybody can navigate into the page without needing to log in. Private route, if user is not logged in, they will be sent to the login page. Now, we're gonna use some default style layout. So what I want to do is, just to start with, let's not have the closing. Just want to show you here to start with. In here, make sure you pass the import route. I think it's imported. Let's pass path. So this defines the root URL, and then what element to show. This is where we pass the page component. Do we have a page ready yet? No. So let's go ahead and create some pages. I'm going to create 8 pages. Let's say first let's create one home page and then the login. We're not doing anything, just creating only at this point. So I'm going to create the folder called home. Inside folder, let's create a component called homepage.jsx. React arrow functional component, and actually export default. I like to do export default for the pages, yeah, and inline export for the components. Let's save the file, bring that page over to our app.js, and then simply pass that component here, make sure to import, and then close. Make sure to close that. Okay, our first router is set. Any question with this? That means whenever we go to our application, we should be able to see the page, home page. There you go. Let's remove all the styling. So I'm going to go to apps CSS, Control A, delete, save. Index CSS, Control A, delete, save. Okay, home page is ready. So guys, let's create the layout, because we're going to use the layout styling to show public page and private page. Guys, have you discussed about the layout, how it works and things? If you have used the layout outlet before, for sure you have, yeah? Just to quickly show you again, the layout is more easy to work with. If we have a, can you see this? So, layout, basically we're gonna create a predefined UI, something like this. Not sure how we're gonna like lay out a little bit, but just wanna show you it. Yeah, this kind of like a login layout. This is an admin layout, and I don't know which one's gonna go here, but tentatively top, bottom, left. But public layout, we're gonna have similar. But without the sidebar. Yeah, so that means you see here we can use same the header and then same footer as well. But the center part here will be changed for all the private route, and the center part of this layout will be changed for all the private pages, and then everything else gonna be same. So let's go ahead and then create that layout, and then we just call the layout whenever we need for a specific page. Everybody following this? Now let's go to UI, develop inside. I wanna go now inside the component and create the layout folder. Layouts inside here. I'm going to create one default layout, one admin layout or user layout. So I'm going to say default layout.jsx, and then inside here we're going to create that top, bottom, left, and main section. So three sections. Default layout is a public layout. Let's create a 2 sections. So I'm going to say React arrow functional component, and inside here let's define top, bottom, and the footer. So here I want to put, let's say, header section. I don't think we have component ready yet. We can have footer section, and then inside in the middle here, this is why we're gonna change page dynamically. I'm gonna call it main body section. So for the main body section, we're gonna use something called outlet. So for that, I'm gonna create a, let's give a main class for the main element, and inside here, so we're gonna pass the component something called outlet. Outlet from React Router DOM, guys. Do this, so I'll explain it later. So any page we're gonna pass here, we can dynamically pass it using the outlet. Now I can simply say h1 for now, header, and h2. We're gonna remove this. Let's make it work first. Now our basic structure is done about default layout. Of course, we have to create the individual. Actually, you know what? Instead of just passing header here, how about let's stay inside the layout. Let's create 2 more components: header component and footer components. Header.jsx, and here React arrow functional component, and just say header, which is as it is, set that. Let's use this component instead, the h1. Import, close, save. Do the same thing with the footer. Let's get another component, footer.jsx, and send React arrow functional component, save the component, and then go back to the layout and then replace this footer. Import the component, close it, save it. Now, in our UI, we should have header, outlet, which doesn't show anything, and then the footer. Now, let's go look into it. You see we have home page coming. Where do you think we define this home page? We have written this home page in our page component, which is this home page. But we're supposed to see the header content and footer content if we have applied this layout. We haven't applied this layout because the way we are setting up is not done correctly. See, this outlet need to have this page dynamically. In order to do so, what we can do is we can wrap all the pages that you want to apply this layout by this default layout in your app.js. Go to app.js, and then we're gonna use this default layout. So here we can create another route to wrap everything. So I'm gonna go to create a route. So you can do this publicly, like individual level, and then wrap here, or you can use route again, and then you can also pass the path, usually or slash, and then let's give a element. Default layout, sorry, not like that. You need to wrap as a component and import that, close it, and then you need to close that. So inside this, any page you pass inside this element, so basically this element here is wrapped by this element using route. This will be available in your outlet. Now, there you go, you have a header, you have a footer, and you have a home page coming. And one more thing guys, here, in your component here, so if you have a same path as this one, you can pass the index. Index tells this is the first page to show. Index is true. If it is not indexed, we can pass the actual path. So this way, the React knows which page is indexed. So you can get multiple paths. So this is for, let's say, public. I can copy this entire code and then make a separate setup route for private. And then for the private, let's say we create one dashboard page for now, just to see it. So I'm gonna go back to our component folder. Let's create a folder inside the pages. I'm gonna call it dashboard /.jsx, React arrow function component, save that, and simply I like to again export default, save that, and let's get this dashboard in our app.jsx, and here I'm gonna pass the dashboard page instead, import that, and this time I can define different path. Here everything starts with the root URL will go here. This is for the user, I can pass user. And the user, whenever you do /user, it says index as a dashboard. We will still allow code to make it private, but now, if I just go to home page, it will pick up the home page as an index. If I do /user, you see it chooses the dashboard. But again, for the dashboard, we're gonna create a different layout. So let's go ahead and then duplicate the dashboard. So I'm gonna go to layout, and we go to the layout again. And here, let's create a user layout, which is other than the default layout. This is for the logged-in user only, React arrow functional component. And layout inside here, we're going to keep it a bit separately here. What happened here? Okay. So what you're gonna do is, like in the public layout we have header and footer, but in the user layout we're gonna have sidebar as well. And we can still reuse the header and footer. So let's go ahead with that. I'm gonna say let me see how I have done this in the online so you guys can follow through. So this is the layout we're gonna run out in the CSS now, point of view. So our layout is here, guys. This is our layout for the admin. The top section header, bottom section footer, and you see the whole body, this section. This is one div, remember, yeah? This is a whole div, is full width. And then this div we're gonna divide into two sections, left and right. And this is where we're gonna change the content base dynamically, but this one will stay as it is, and this will have a separate sidebar component. Previous layout only have top and bottom, but this is how we're gonna organize our user layout. Okay? So now let's go write the CSS. So I'm gonna say header, let's say footer, and then this is the main area here. I'm gonna give a main class, but let's do div. That's the main area. Inside the div, we're gonna have two sections. Let's say that left. After that, dot main. Maybe here we can give main dot main. So this is gonna be our sidebar menu, and this is the place where we're gonna have an outlet. Our pages being loaded here. Guys, does that make sense here? Have a look at the layout. Okay, just to see some UI going on, what I want to do is let's keep a main sidebar.
Outlet में क्या?
Let's say PG dash text what? Okay, first thing first, of course, we need to load that for the private routes. So let's load it so that our setup is done. So we need to go to app component again. And here, instead of default layout, we're gonna have a user layout. So all the private route endpoint we're gonna list here. All the public endpoint we're gonna list here. Okay? And now you see we have side menu bar here. We still have to do a lot CSS. Let's go to CSS and then make some changes. Before that, I wanna have a look here on our not pages default layout. We have class name main. Let's go to app.css. I wanna select this main, and I wanna give a minimum height, mean height, to let's say 18 viewport height. Set that. And also I wanna make one class main, user main, user icon main. So let's copy that. and we need to change width later. So now, guys, this is main for public, main user for user public, user layout. So what I want to do, currently, you see here, footer is being pushed down here. So let me open two pages actually, so you guys can see it. One for user, one for public. So this page is the public, here is the footer. So let's do one thing. I want to go to footer first. When we go to footer, let's apply some CSS. I'm gonna apply bootstrap class name. Let's say BG dark, text, white, text, center. And then here you can pass ampersand, copy, right, all, reserve, 2025, made by, no, bootstrap. Is it Tailwind or bootstrap? It's a bootstrap. React bootstrap. You know, have we not been doing this? Oh, okay. Then you can go with the CSS the way you want. You don't have problem with CSS, right? Okay, that's fine. So your view might look slightly different then. And bootstrap alert finance assessment. I cannot really see the thing. Let me see if the installation behind. You see bootstrap. So we need to just import the bootstrap from it. So I'm going to go to React bootstrap website and then go to the home page, get started, and after installing you just have to import our CSS, this one. Copy this CSS and import in our app.js or main. You can do it from here as well. Let's see. There you go. You see the black is there. So let's also do one thing on the footer. I'm going to go back to footer. Let's pass some padding around it. Let's say padding 4. Okay. Here's the footer of my this is a user page and this is the public page. So the next thing what I want to do is I want to make the sidebar goes in the side, header will be on the top, dashboard should be on the right. Let's make this menu side. For that, what I want to do is, you see this side menu and dashboard in our default layout, user layout, is the children of this div. So how can we put on the side by side, guys? Can I use display flex? And then we can give a fixed width to our left. So for the sidebar here, let's first the width. We can give inline style. Let's say width to 200 pixel. Otherwise, it's gonna string. And inside here, we can put now actual detail of the left side. Before that, let me show you what it looks like. You see, our sidebar is here, dashboard is here. Now, before we start working on this sidebar, let's leave it. We still have a lot to work before that. Maybe we can start working from the nav bar first. Let's get the nav, go to the header, and nav bar, let's bring one of the nav bar and then just chuck it here. So we know how to do that. Yeah, do you know how to bring the nav bar from Bootstrap and put it here, okay? Yes? Okay, we're gonna come here and do it for me, only that part. I wanna make sure that you know. Sita, you're done, I guess? Come here, I'll walk you through, don't worry. But that forces you guys to do it. So, come here, we're gonna simplify it very simply. Okay, my mouse, if it goes this side, we need to put it in here. Yeah, only this one will be displayed there. So this is, I think we need to put it as our port. This is the browser. Just change it. Okay, now your job is to put the header there. So go to the React Bootstrap website and then go to the header component. Are you Mac? Oh, you Mac, so no. Boom. So go to the React Bootstrap website, go to the components, go to our nav, or you can search in the search bar. Nav, yeah, search for nav. And then, yeah, that's it, the first one, I think. Yeah. Let's grab the, not that one. Ultra one. I know, sorry, check this out. Oh, what happened? So, what is the nav bar? Just a second. This one. Okay. Like comparable. So, okay. You can click copy. Yeah, it's a bit different. Yeah. Now go to the component and then let's go. Yeah, scroll down. You can replace all the ports, just change the name to header later. Select all, Control A, Command A, yeah. Command V. Okay, now remove this default, last line. Remove the whole line. We're gonna export inline. Yeah, delete. Now scroll all the way up and then change that name to headers. Can you also change into the factor function and then export? So start, remove the function and then say export const and header after header equals to, yeah, after header equals to, and then factor. That's a fat arrow. Before the parenthesis you need equals to. Right after header and before parentheses. Come back. No, you need that as well. Okay. Equals. Remember header, after header we need equals to space. Yeah. Save that. There you go. Save it. Command yes. Now go to the UI to see our browser. See. Double click like this, double tap on the mouse, double tap. No, this. Double tap, not click, and then you can select the browser. And double tap, that's the one. This one, go to this page. So let me exit out. So this is what it looks like. Maybe I'll close. And this one will be here. So click here. Okay, so let's change the guys. I'm not gonna go deep in the changing the color. You guys already know how to change the background color and things, right? So let's only focus on a few things. Can we scroll down? So first thing first, I wanna change ME to MS line number 12. Yeah. The margin initial, yeah, line number 13 actually. The class name from ME auto to MS auto. You know what does that do? Yeah, basically, yeah, save that. You see all the menu item that starts from the left, right after the logo. Now the menu start from the right side. Yeah. Then you go to the display UI first. You go to the browser. Yeah. You see all the menu, home, links, and drop down is that side now. Now we're gonna go to the menu again, and then let's fold the drop down. Line number 16, can you fold it and remove the drop down? Yeah. So let's, now we're gonna need that. Can you open up? So let's delete this drop down. Yeah, select that and delete the drop down. Yeah, this drop down, both from there to there, select delete. Yeah, and you can now start renaming home link. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's auto update. You don't need to refresh. So in the menu, what we're gonna need is on the left, of course, logo. In the right, this is the public URL. So for the public as well as for the private, later on we have to conditionally show something. So we're gonna need a go to home page. That's already there. We're gonna need sign in and sign up. So can you maybe just change, leave the home, change the link text, yeah, change it to the let's say sign up, and then make a new link, copy that entire line. Okay, one more time. Okay, so this one, another one gonna be signed in. Guys, later on add the font or some icon and make it better, yeah? So now, what we're going to do is, remember this nav.link is coming from where? React Bootstrap. In order to make our navigation without page rendering, we need to convert that into what?
Link.
Link, yeah? So what we do is, see that I need to select nav dot, select nav dot from line number, not there, line number 13 or 14. And you select nav dot only, text nav, not the curly open bracket, not open bracket, just the n, start from n, click away, n, a, d dot. Control D, few times, again, two more times. Okay, one more time. Now delete. So we got that link ready, yeah? So that link supposed to be imported from React router DOM. So go to any one link and click right after the link. After link. Yeah, now use the space and control to import. No, together. You know how to auto import? Yeah. No, not D. To auto import, you need to do this. You click it here and use control space or control space. Then you enter from React router. If you save that, it's gonna throw an error. The link doesn't accept heads area. What does it accept? Now I want you to change all the heads area to 2. Yeah, Control D. Control D. Again, double click on heads area. You can just double click on heads area. Control D. Yeah, type 2. And exit space. Save it. Now the hash space is good though. Hash is just for the within the page navigation, but we need to go to the page navigation. So replace the hash. You can use the arrow, yeah, cut it out, and /. Now you need to go to individual menu. So click mouse, use mouse, and then replace the link to the home is okay. You can remove the home text inside the 2. Inside 2. Yeah, just pass the /, only. After /, remove the home. Inside, yeah. Now you need to delete the home. Yeah. /. Okay, for the link, you need change sign up, lowercase, and then sign in lowercase, both. Write down as well. You can write down sign in there. Sign in and sign up. Lowercase all. I like all lowercase on the guys. Yeah, sign up and sign in. Ian, your quotation missing. Okay, save that. Now look into the browser. Save the file and look what's happening. Go to the browser. You see your design is messed up. You know what happening there, guys? The sign up, sign in, because Bootstrap design is gone. How do we fix that? So do you remember how to fix that? Because we changed nav.link, which is coming from React Bootstrap, to link only, which is coming from completely different package. So whatever style coming from React Bootstrap is missing. So we want to add that. So to each link, I want you to add class name called nav-link. Just for each of them, add class name equals to nav-link, lower class name. Yeah, nav-link, not underscore. Yes, link. Just copy that to all other two. No, class name as well. Copy the class name. And then pass it to other two. That should fix. No, don't remove the two. Just add only. Test it, space. Pass this space. Save that. Okay, now see in the browser if it is working. Always check, otherwise no point writing code. Yeah, it seems working. So what we want to do is, let's also give a background color dark. So go to the navbar, scroll up. So here, can you use
BG dark.
BG dark in the class name instead of BG body? BG, remove dark and then remove the territory as well. Remove everything. And then space, text white. Text icon white. I think you might have to give a variant as well. Can you see in the browser if that works? You see? Now you don't have to refresh it, it's auto refresh. You need to also add variant. Go to the nav again, add new props inside. Yes, space variant equals to dark.
Variant is equals to dark.
Yeah.
Variant.
There you go. So that will put that white color there. There you go. Navbar is ready. But whenever we click it, we're gonna go to the new page. So let's make how to make the, like every time you click on home. No, in the menu now, top menu. Home is there. Now navbar, sign up. Sign up is empty. Go back. And sign in is empty. Alright, now we need to fill that page. So see that. Thank you. Give it to see that. Guys, I want you guys to do more of this. Every time I come here, I'm gonna get you more. And I expect you to do better. Okay, so that you know what we have just done it. Catch up quickly on your end. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna link those in the page. To do that, what we have to do? We have to go to app.js and then copy this multiple times and then path equals to, what is the first one? Sign up, auto, sign in. So whenever we visit this in the URL, where we want to go, do we have a page ready? Okay, we're going to get the page ready. Let's create a page inside the pages folder. I want to create a folder name called auth. All auth related, sign up, sign in, whatever. All the pages we're gonna get inside here. So I'm gonna create the auth. Inside auth, let's create a sign up. Sign up page.jsx. React arrow functional component export default. Set that. And also let's get another page, sign in page.jsx, react arrow function component, save that. Now let's copy the sign in and the sign up in our app.js. So sign in, sign in, import that component, and I'll just pass that and change that to up, I guess. Up, and make sure to import. I think you may have done this 10 times already, but I just want to show you. Now, that should give us access to the page. And if you don't want it to fold so quickly in the large width, you can also change that, guys. Go to your navbar, or header, and then change this LG to MD. Alright, all we did is just created the navbar, put it inside the default layout, and then created home page and sign up and sign in, empty page. There you have sign up page, sign in page. So somehow sign in page is not pointing to right direction. Let's see why is that. Is sign in page not done? Let me check. Yeah, this is fine. Home is fine. Sign up is good. Sign up. Sign in, I think it's spelling SIGN. IN. In app.js, SIGNIN, sign in. Okay, and then the text is together. I'll separate that. Let's go to header one more time, and then I just want to separate this. Okay, so this is public layout. URL is done. URL part. So this is, I think you guys have done it before. Have you guys done this before many time or not? Yes, yeah? Okay, there's nothing much really learning till now. So what I want to do is, let's go ahead actually create the sign in page. So sign in page is ready. We need a form, or sign up actually. Sign up page. So in sign up page, we're gonna have a few information. So what are the information you have put to create the user?
First name, last name, email, phone number, password.
Yeah, you can go to rest of HTTP for other reference as well. Here, first and last name, email, phone number, and password. So what I want you to do is, guys, you remember, okay, have you guys created form before? Yes. Have you used the custom input style? Have you used custom input to repurpose the input field? Yeah.
Sign in भयो, sign up भयो.
Form input. Custom input. हामीले चाहिँ एउटा custom input component बनाएर all the input को डाटाहरु object एरेमा हालेर अनि त्यसलाई loop गरेर यो custom input ल्याएर display गरेर. Have you done that before? How did you create the form before? Walk me through it.
गरेको.
त्यो त्यसमा चाहिँ डाटा हालेर हैन? Yeah, populate to what? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's do it then. If you haven't, you have done it, you did not remember, so what I want you to do, so guys, can you please do this? Create a assets folder. So something cool. Let's call this, yeah. Do you have SS folder? Here you go. Inside the SS, we don't need this logo. You can just delete it. I want you to create a. What is the SS folder again? Did I delete it? Okay. Let's say form data. I'm gonna create a new folder called form data, and inside here we're gonna create a input field form data. So create a what form do you wanna have here? So for example, this is user. Sign up user data input. User sign up user auth input, let's say. Dot JavaScript. And then here create a variable and export it. Export const, let's say user sign up input equals to an array, inside array object. Inside object, this is what have you been doing it or not? Only this part, how to create the input field and then looping one. No? In the same page? Okay, do the same. Okay, it's fine. Do it in the same page. Later on you can export from here. Up to you. So if you want to do it in the same page, then we need a form. Let's go to component and create a form then. Yeah. Let's go in the component. Create a folder name called forms. Inside the form, I want to create a new component called sign up user, or user sign up rather. User sign up FORM.JSX React arrow functional component, and let's no problem. I think you have already done this, haven't you? But please do finish it. Just take this form into our page. Where is our user page? Go sign up page, and simply here let's create a, let's import. We will worry about the design later. Import this component, close it, save that. Now when I go to sign up, I see the sign up form here. So maybe just to make it a little bit better, we can do this. We can put a div here, and then let's give this div with style with window with 450 pixel, and then put the sign up form inside, and give a parent div class name display flex, and justify content center, and align item center. So this will keep your form in the center, and what I want you to do is you can even give a class name to see if they gonna get some style design. There you go. Now what I want you to do, guys, is this is your challenge, yeah? Okay, here we also need to do one thing. In order to put this page in the center, you need to keep 100 VH. Put the style in the parent as well, and here give mean width, mean height, mean height as I mean height to 100 viewport height. specify content center, align icon center. Okay. I wanted to put this form in the center. It's fine. I'll have a look. But oh yes, MIN, yes I. Yes, I think yeah. Okay, now this will put. We need to have a height. You need to please go ahead. Let's go already online myself. And please, thank you. So, in order to put anything in the center of the height, you need to define the height for the parent. So this will put the form in the center of the page. So inside here, guys, go ahead, and then maybe I'll just do this. Page 3. Fill up the form to create your account. Welcome to the join our community, and then tab, and then inside here actually put the form, which is from React Router. No, React Bootstrap. Be careful. Let's import form from React Bootstrap. EACT React Bootstrap. We're going to need to import the form. And inside here, if you go to the let's go to here in our React Bootstrap library. Look up for the form. Search form. And here in the basic form, not the validation, where did the form go? Form overview. You see, you need a form component, and then you see this component, the input component here has an input field, and then also the level is wrapped inside a form group. Can you see this? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this form group. Copy that. Open up the page here, and let's go to here and then paste that. Let's remove. We don't need this text version. Save it. So you're gonna see your input field here. I don't like this too close to our content. Let's pass some border to it. So what I wanna do is I wanna go back to the page level. Sign up page. Here, let's pass padding to 2. Is that enough? Yeah, that's more than enough. Or if you want to increase, feel free to increase the padding. And you can also give shadow. Type on LZ, we'll give a large shadow. There you go. Now, have you used this style before? Now, inside the sign up, we don't need to do anything in the page at this point, guys. Let's go to form only. Now, you see, this is representing one input field. Yeah? That has the level, and that has the input field. Have you used this as a reusable component? No? Let's do that. So what I want to do is, if we were to do, maybe I'll show you here first. Did you create a variable like input fields, like the const input in fields equals to object, sorry, array, inside that object, and this is where you pass the label. Let's say, for example, first name, name, f name. Have you done this before? Yeah? So we're creating metadata for the input field. And then what is another one? The what is it? Required, yeah. True. Placeholder. Let's say John, what else is needed there? Type. Type. Text. What else? Is there anything else we need? We got label, name, required placeholder. Usually that's all, isn't it? You can reference here. We got the label, we got the type, we got the placeholder. Now, what we can do is we can copy that. We need first name, we need last name, and then that's it, isn't it? Now we can look through this, isn't it? Here, that's you have been doing it, I believe. Dot map and input, and then pass this entire group here. Yes, and of course we need to give a key. We can give key input dot name, because that's going to be unique. This name will access the property of the input, and if you over an input, you see, you're going to get this, which is this object. Yeah? So now, when you go to form, you see you have the input field. But what I want to do is, instead of looking this input form here, it is not very good practice. But if I want to change something out of this input field and apply everywhere, maybe we'll be using this hundreds of places. So use that as a usable component. So instead of doing this here, I will cut it out, and I'm going to go to the component and go to inside the component. I'll create a new component called custom input. So create a folder, and no, outside in the component level. I'm going to create a custom input dot JSX. Inside here, RAFC, and here I want to pass this code instead, and simply import the form. And now let's remove this key. We don't need it here. Save that. Now what I can do, instead writing that code, I can import this here and make sure to import that and close it. By doing this, of course here I need to pass the key equals to input dot name. By doing this, I get the input field. Not really, there is some issue. It's because why is that? Let's see what is the problem in console. Input field in but undefined. Custom input. Check the error method of the custom input. Custom input is formed. Okay, you see, always careful wherever you are importing form from. So we are importing React router DOM. It's supposed to be React Bootstrap. That's the problem. Save that. Now you have this input field, but the problem is, you see, they have exactly same information, which is coming from here. Have you done this way before? That's what I was asking. Now we're going to make this very reusable, so you can call anywhere, everywhere. By how? By receiving the input field data. This is what we're going to receive. And we're going to receive whatever thing we're going to need it. Like from our form, once we loop through, let's pass this input field. What is input field again, guys? Our object, isn't it? I want to spread this object here. I want to put this entire object. You see this? label and text, I want to pass it here like that with the equals to sign here, so that in the custom input I can receive them as a props, can I not? To do that, the simple thing is I can spread the input. So this will spread everything we have here to here. Now I can go to the other end and I can literally use them inside here. I can destructure directly. Label, name, placeholder, what else? Type. But what I want to do is I don't need to destructure everything. I only want to destructure label and put everything in the rest. And pass the label to here. And then pass the rest here. Now, there you go. You have so highly reusable input field. Now you can call from anywhere entirely in your application. And only you need to do is, if you have to ever make changes on the input field, just come here and make change here. Now let's go back and then see. You see first name John, last name Smith. Does that make sense? Now I want to show you one more thing. I want to go back. So we don't have to touch this input field much often. So I'm gonna close this, go back here. You see we are creating this input field here. So this is just making our file too long. What I like to do is, can I cut this? Take this input field. Can you fold this input field and select this and cut it entirely. Cut it out and even remove it. Why? Because I want to pass the data in our assets. User or input here. So this is where I want to pass it. And since we are exporting this, we can import this in our signup page here. And then simply import. By doing this, we separate the code more cleaner and easy to work with. It's just putting the code somewhere else and then importing. It's not a big deal.
Folder structure.
यो चाहिँ कहाँ छ भन्दा तपाईँको एसएक्स भित्र फर्म डाटा जति नै फर्म डाटाहरु छ सबको डाटा यहाँ आउँला के one place and just import whenever you need, loop it and call the custom input field. More organized. Function and your variable. Let's create more. First name भयो, last name भयो. Let's copy. I think email, phone number, password. I'm gonna have email. Name is, make sure to update everything, yeah? Name is email, required true. Placeholder, you can say smith@gmail.com. Is type text? No, email. Better. Let's do the phone. After email, I'll do phone. I think phone is not required. Remember, guys. I'm gonna remove this or say false, and then pass on check. And then type text. Leave as a text. अब यो तपाईले जति नि बनाउन जान्नु भयो है. Let me do one more. Let's do two more and I'll show you what happens. Right? One more password. Name, password. Required true. And यहाँ चाहिँ स्टार हाल्दिनु. type password. And then copy one more for the confirm password. We're going to make sure that password is confirmed, yeah? And then variable name as well, confirm password. So these are the input field I have. अब के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईले यो एड गर्नुभयो नि. Now this input field has been imported why? Now from अनि यो input field मा import गरेर loop गरेको भएर now automatically your form is ready. Only one thing left is what? Button. So I want to have the same layout. So what I'll do, I'll go to custom input again, and then just bring that form group, copy that, go back to our form. Right after this, I'll paste it, and then replace this 2 by the button. Button from React Bootstrap. You can leave the variant, and then you can say sign up. There you go. You're gonna see button is short. You're gonna make it full width. You need to pass the class name to the parent, d grid. Oh, we already have the class name there. Now, there you go. Form is ready. Let's get the form ready. So, haven't you done this before? Let's do this style, okay? It's more better approach. I'll take a 1 minute quick break. Yes, input field's done. Let me know when the input field is done. के समस्या है इरर आएको इन्स्टल गर्नु होला तपाईँले रियाक्ट सक्नुभयो रियाक्ट सक्नुभयो त्यो सबै गर्ने अनि त्यसपछि यो कपी गर्ने Guys, I'll leave you optimizing the page, make it more interactive, like a nice looking page, okay? Don't just leave that boring empty page here. Add some background or add side by side. For some inspiration, you can look my online lesson as well. But do page out with it. Okay, so once this is done, the next thing is when we submit this form, let's get those form data in our console. So before that to happen, make sure the button have a type submit, otherwise it won't work. Type submit in the form button. Please have that. Do you have a custom form, custom hook for the form? Have you guys done the custom hooks? Have you learned?
For the form? As in, hooks बनाउने
Yeah, के को लागि hooks बनाउँछु custom hook
KPI
form को जो set form र form update गर्नलाई
छुट्टै त्यो बनाउँछु कि मतलब Okay, let's do it. त्यसको लागि केही हुक्स भन्ने फोल्डर छ त रहेन छ लेट्स क्रिएट अ हुक सो इट विल बेसिकली किनभने हामीसँग धेरै फर्म हुन्छ हैन हरेक फर्मको चाहिँ लेट्स से फर्म सेट फर्म गरेर त्यहाँ मेन्टेन गर्न भन्दा लेट्स मेन्टेन एट वान प्लेस भनेर व्हिच इज बेस्ट फर प्र्याक्टिस Okay, so I would like to create a form. Oh, sorry, not form. Folder ko hooks भन्ने एउटा folder create गरौँ. Inside SRC, let's create a folder named called hooks. Inside the hooks, I'm going to create a use form.js. हेर्नु है मैले फर्मको मैले नाम के क्रिएट गरेको छु युज फर्म है इट इज इम्पोर्टेन्ट आई मिन फर्म्स मे नट बी द्याट इम्पोर्टेन्ट तर हुक्स क्रिएट गर्नलाई चाहिँ यु निड युज कीवर्ड कल युज त्यसैको लागि वी निड द्याट सो लेट्स क्रिएट ए कस्टम हुक एन्ड देन अल्सो लेट्स से const use form that here the use is must. You can call anything. I'm going to call it form because it is completely to do with the form. And then it's basically a simple function. Let's say let's receive initial state to set our. अब यहाँ भित्र चाहिँ same like हामीले चाहिँ use state set state गर्छ नि त्यही गर्ने हो. Let's create a state const. I'm going to say form set form what we would have done same thing use state and inside here pass the initial state. That's it. अब हामीले यहीँभित्र handle on change, handle on submit if you want, use effect if needed, सबै यहीँ हाल्ने. So that we can just use this same hook everywhere we want. What I want to do is, remember handle on change कसरी क्रिएट गर्थ्यो हामीले? Handle on change. Usually हामी के रिसिभ गर्छ? Event. हो? Have you guys done this or not? गरेछ हैन? I mean use form before use गरे हो? गरेको हैन? गरे. गर्नुभएको use form पहिला? ओके. ठिक छ उसो भने.
इन्टर टार्गेट
हजुर?
Either target वाला भने.
होइन यो use form यो the way how we use form. नत्र चाहिँ
गरेको हैन
नत्र I'll break it down भनेर.
हैन र
Let's do that. So हामीले चाहिँ other than the UI part चाहिँ यहाँ नगर्ने, जुन JavaScript part गरिन्छ नि फर्ममा त्यो काम एक्ज्याक्टली यहीँ गर्ने के. So that जहाँ चाहिन्छ यसैलाई लाँदै रिपिट गर्दै गर्ने.
सेट फर्म डट 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 डिस्ट्रक्ट गरेर हाल्ने हैन फर्म
इनसाइडको पार्ट भयो कि आम टकिङ अबाउट टोटल सेटअप. युजली हामीले फर्ममा के गर्थ्यो ल मिसो यहाँ गएर ह्यान्डल अन चेन्ज अनि यो के अरे कन्स्ट फर्म सेट फर्म युज स्टेट सबै यहाँ गर्थ्यो नि. अब वी डोन्ट वान्ट टु डु द्याट कोड हियर के. सो वी लर्न टु क्रिएट द कस्टम हुक सो द्याट वी क्यान युज वान सेट अफ कोड एभ्रिवेयर इन द फर्म. एक्ज्याक्टली हामीले यहाँ वाट वी वुड ह्याभ डन इट गोइङ टु डु हियर. Want to see what is the process again? Const destructure name value from either target. Remember that part? So yes, some of the follow-ups are and simply we use set form and here we're gonna have a data object type. Put all the data existing inside the form first by destructuring and then set the new data, convert the name into its variable to make the property and pass the value. That's the thing we are just doing everything here. And at the end, your function call we're gonna return something. But this time we're gonna return object. Inside the object, we want to return this tree, property, form and set form, and also we want to return handle on change. As simple as that. Let's export this entire component. I want to say as a default. So export default. What's the name? Use form. यसमा anything new field छ ल छैन नि other than हाम्रो UI कोड बाहेक सबै कोड त मेन कोड त के अरे सिमिलर हो नि त हैन. अब के गर्ने भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो कुरा मात्रै हामीलाई चाहिने हो कि हाम्रो कोडमा कुरा. लेट्स ओन्ली गेट दोस भेरिएबल. अब यसलाई कसरी गर्ने भन्दाखेरि as soon as you import use form in any component you will have access to this object and we can restart it. So I like to literally copy this, go to here, and here I'm gonna say const destructure of equals to from where use form, and we can import. You see, use form is now imported from use form hooks, but remember, LSA ke lincha initial state lincha. Initial state you can define here or simply pass empty object. Set that. And now we can pass this handle on change to each input field here by saying on CHANGE equals to handle on change. And now every time on the input field change garदाखेरि it will set the data in the form. We can even check that by console logging form here. Now let's have a look. So I typed on, you see, it's coming here. So basically हाम्रो फर्मबाट data sent to the use form, and use formबाट we read the data back in our form page in form. I don't think we need set form at this point, but I'll leave it. So use form. हाम्रो use form चाहिँ अब custom hooks भयो. Now it is working for us. Now I can copy this in any form. Down by Miss Vapo. Miss Vapo. What? Okay. Let's do one more thing. Handle and submit form banana. Let's submit data. Make sure we have all the data. So what I'll do, handle and submit. We will still create here. We could create a separate hook for this as well, but we're gonna handle using our API later. So what I want to do is I'll create a cons handle on submit is gonna receive the form event, and here we're gonna say e dot prevent default to stop from reloading the form, and we're gonna pass this function to our form. And what's the event? On submit. And inside here, we want to make sure we have access to form which has all the data. So let's give it a try. I'm going to try, let's say, frame, area, frame at Gmail, .com, phone number, password, let's submit. You see, now we have the data here. Do we have all? Confirm, email, first name, last name, password. What if I don't put this? They still allow what if I don't put this? Okay, required. So we have our handle on submit as well as we have a handle on change board. Wait. One second. Button na? Just
the type submit now.
We need to basically you component. Topical pure HTML मा मात्र लेख्नु भएको छ भने पर्दैन. पर्दैन, automatically bind हुन्छ. तर यो component create हुँदाखेरि somehow यो parsing phase मा गएर they are not connected. त्यही भएर we need to pass something.
Border मा on submit गर्नु
on submit हुन्न, on click हुन्छ. तर on click गर्दाखेरि बटन मात्रै submit हुन्छ. यो form को event चाहिँ submit हुन्छ. Oh, hang on. Okay, make sure this button is before closing the form. Button मात्रै हुन्छ, त्यसले केही गर्दैन. त्यो चाहिँ we can use when we using let's say use ref to get the data. We can use that. Once are you good? What's the problem? Tell me. Yeah, what's the error? Typo, well, you gotta fix that. Need me for the help? Let me. त्यहीँबाट पठाउनु पर्यो. यो परिवार हुँदैन. Something is missing. यो फर्म हाम्रो ओपन त भयो होइन. यसको यहाँ क्लोज नगर्ने, यसको यहाँ क्लोज नगर्ने, तर के गर्ने भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ फर्म यहाँ चाहिँ क्लोज गर्ने क्या. अब यसलाई इम्पोर्ट गर्नु पऱ्यो है फर्ममा. इम्पोर्ट अनि इनसाइड द फर्म देन यु निड टु राइट द कोड. Okay, हाम्रो अब handle on submit भयो. So the next thing is what we want to do is we want to send this data. We need to do the integration. I think integration you have done it before as well, right? Now, the way we're gonna do integration is because we're gonna use the redux later on. So different file structure follow up. So yeah. I'll explain in the here in the browser. Can I show you first? Excel browser. So guys, whenever we submit the form, this is the flow we're gonna go. So what's more depth training on the video online? But I'll watch it here. So I'm using component UI forms, you know. And हाम्रो यता चाहिँ यहाँ let's say API processor छ that has not been created yet. केही पनि क्रिएट गरेर हैन. हैन हाम्रो API processor हुन्छ. And then हाम्रो यहाँ चाहिँ API सर्भर छ. So हामीले के गर्ने गरेको थियो पास्टमा हाम्रो UI बाट हामीले चाहिँ API प्रोसेसरलाई कल गरेर सर्भरलाई डाटा पठाउने गर्थ्यो हो. Right? Guys remember this one? अब के गर्ने भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो API लाई कल गर्न भन्दा अगाडि we're going to have a separate file. I don't know if you did this already or not. This will be API calling functions. So separate function that calls the API. API processor is the gateway. Yeah. Let me see if I have online material. Let me see if I have access here. This is how it works. So I'm with LMS for you online. It's more depth. I highly recommend guys go there. Okay, it's gonna be very depth. I'm doing API processor sending API service that calls our server. But before that, we will have a separate file that will have the actually function to call the API processor. Right? Now, the way we're gonna do is like this. You see, you have an add, let's say this is an add book function. Like think about this as sign up page. And at this point, sign up page will directly call sign up API. And here actually function that calls API processor. API processor is a usable function. We want to use again and again. We don't want to just use multiple API processors to call the backend. So this is the one end to exit out of the application. So we're gonna set it in that way. So before that, we're gonna form how we're gonna call this. But we're gonna form everything before that. How API processor will execute the code. अनि त्यसलाई के अनुसारको चाहिन्छ यहाँ तपाईको component अनुसार we're gonna set up here and then we'll call this function in the component will call this function will call this API processor. And we're gonna add few setup along the way, not now, but now we're only going to have one, let's say auth API भन्ने एउटा हामीले folder बनाएर feature भित्र हालेर we got this. I think the entire process it might take a little bit more things to set it up, to explain. I'll leave that for the next class because we already finished the day here, so I don't want to leave halfway. But just remember, we can have one API processor that will be called by different API calling function, and that API calling function will be called by the component. So flow will be like this. API processor भयो त्यसपछि different API calling function यहाँ हुन्छ अनि यसलाई चाहिँ UI ले कल गर्छ stage 1. Later on हाम्रो redux हरु set up गरिसकेपछि then we have a 2 or 3 different files we need to add in between. If you have time, go watch the online library management. I don't think you have enough time to watch everything. Just look into some of the video that has explained the process. Oh, exactly. That's the API calling function. तर यहाँ चाहिँ यो एपमा त बनाएन नि बनाएर अब बनाउनु त अलिकति स्लाइटली डिफ्रेन्ट हुन जान्छ पहिला हामीले रिडक्स युज गरेको थियौँ होइन अहिले त्यो साइन अप फेजमा छैन नेक्स्टमा चाहिँ आफ्टर वेन वी स्टार्ट कन्ज्युमिङ द डाटा फ्रम सर्भर वी निड टु माउन्ट इन रिडक्स एट द्याट टाइम एडिसनल फाइलहरू जस्तो एक्सन स्लाइसहरू एड हुन्छ नि
पहिला हाम्रो एक्जिएस हेल्प गर्नु रहेछ दुईटै एपिआई प्रोसेसर अनि फङ्सन
ओके सो अब स्लाइटली चेन्ज हुन्छ फाइल स्ट्रक्चर किनभने एप्लिकेसन साइज चाहिँ बढ्दै जान्छ त्यही भएर प्रोसेस चाहिँ सेम हो रिमेम्बर द कम्पोनेन्ट फायर्स द समिट द्याट हेज टु इन्टरनेट डजन्ट म्याटर कतिवटा फाइल बिचमा हेल्प गऱ्यो भने इट्स जस्ट फर द कन्भिनियन्ट एन्ड बेटर प्र्याक्टिस है अलवेज रिमेम्बर वेयर द डाटा स्टार्ट्स वेयर द डाटा इन्स डजन्ट म्याटर विच वे एज लङ एज दे आर एक्सपोर्टेड एन्ड इम्पोर्टेड अहिले जस्तो हामीले फर्मको गऱ्यो नि सेम पेजमा गरेको पनि हुन्थ्यो वी जस्ट पुट सेपरेटली एन्ड वी इम्पोर्ट वाट्स द डिफ्रेन्ट जस्तो फाइल हो